What's up, ladies and gents? Welcome to another episode of the Changeroom. My name is Sbu Zulu, and I have my good friend here, Mr. Tibs Dhlomo.
Yeah,
bro. Good, sir?
I'm good, and you, man?
I'm fantastic, man. What a weekend, eh?
Hey, bro, Valentine's, but it's tough, right?
It has come. How was it for you?
You know, I had a single guys, 4 of my guys, single drinks.
Lekker.
It was fun, bro. We out there celebrating. We don't need no women, well, for now. You know?
What do you have on the show, man?
Oh, yes, so for the show, because people don't know this, but like this is like the 3rd time we've ever met. Because people think like we're friends, but like, so let's get to discussions. We're going to be discussing the Six Nations.
Yep, Six Nations, exactly. Yeah.
English Premier League.
Yep.
And then I'm dressed in my grey and my black.
Why
because there's a big announcement. Western Province have lost a legend. 11 years in the game. Kolisi, and he's rumoured to come to the Sharks.
Yes.
Tell us, Sbu, about this announcement.
I'm happy you said that. We obviously have to put a disclosure. We are not announcing Kolisi.
Yeah.
We obviously, it's an open secret that it has been basically publicly published or talked about. And so basically we're just looking at the permutations into it and what it could mean. And it's a great deal. And it's very exciting for a Sharks brand that is looking to take this form of commercialization of rugby to a next level. And you look at what it can do for the brand itself. I mean, if you have a billionaire coming in or a millionaire coming into your franchise, and then you'd obviously want to have all the best players in the country in your franchise. So what this could do potentially also, more investors and more better players, and you're bumping the cheese up, obviously. You're talking about literally money.
Yeah.
It's one of the things. Infrastructure in the team is great. It's fantastic. And little birdie told me that it's not confirmed as yet. I'm not sure if it's confirmed or not, but what he told me is that, so one of the sponsors for the Sharks, because of this deal, they might bump the cheese up a bit, for the jersey. So I'm not announcing anything, by the way. I'm just telling you what I'm getting on the ground, because no man on the ground. But that's a great thing it does for the Sharks and the brand itself. It's growing. The Sharks are going to play pro rugby in April and beyond. They will need to have as much depth as they can, and they will need to have that brand that and to be flanked with with heavyweights in every sector of their department, whether it's from management to the players in the pitch. But it's a great deal. But that's like the off the field situation.
Let's do on the field. On the field.
On the field, it's a different situation, because all of us first things first. I mean, he was captain at the Western Province. He's captain of the national team. Does it mean that he will come into the Sharks and be captain? Does he strip the team from Lucanio's arm? So that's another thing. It's another discussion, but which I don't think it should happen. I think the captaincy should stay with Lucanio's arm, and that's it. I mean, obviously, I know these guys. They know each other from obviously playing
in the
Springboks, and I'm sure. I mean, they're both from the Eastern Cape. About Ta'am, no Kolisi, hey, amakiani man, ayathetha jonga ayathetha amakiani man ba exebra. No, iba captain bra naza qhubeka and ba fleke apha kwa blind side, open side, whatever. And speaking of flanking, and it brings out another conversation as to, you see, the loose forwards that the Sharks have. What does it mean for them? They have exciting players in their arsenal. They have Arsenal, not as exciting though, but they have great players in basing that disposal. You look at that loose forward position, the entire that 6, 7, and 8. Because I'm talking 6, 7, and 8 because Kolisi can play
6, 7, and 8.
Yeah, I know him at 8 and 7. I haven't seen him at 6. I'm not gonna lie, but I've seen him play the 7 and 8, and now it raises questions as to what's gonna happen with the Dylan Richardson. He's been coming up and it's been exciting. Does it mean now he's gonna be playing Backstreet Boys at the back? Does it mean he's gonna be second fiddle to him or younger Pepsi Utelezi, exciting player?
Yeah, definitely.
I think it was
Tembu.
Yeah. Or you can put in a James Fanta also. There's Hanko who can also come in. There's Tyler Paul who can also come in that loose forward. So it creates a whole discussion, and I feel it's a good headache for Sean Everett. But also, if you don't execute it properly, you know it's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
And you're looking like how I was saying, if you get people like if you get Rock Nations into your team and you have an MVM Holdings who are spending the money in your team, one way or the other, it'll be a situation like AmaZulu, how when the new owner came in and said, Dlamini will be given a chance to do whatever. I think he only managed about like 4 or 5 games. And then they said, no, look, go do development coaching, and then we'll bring in someone who's, you know, an exciting coach who will grow with the team. And they brought in Benny Makate. So what does it mean for Sean Everett? Does it mean, you know, his days are numbered? Because they probably would want to have someone as big as a Jake White, a World Cup winning coach, maybe bring out what's his the New Zealand former rugby coach Hansen.
Not Gavin Hansen.
No, but that.
But
guy,
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
Are they gonna look for that for a person like that, or maybe they'll try and lure in an Eddie Jones,
a John Mitchell,
John Mitchell, Plumtree, maybe.
Hey, he can come back.
You know, you can never know. All these questions are thrown around, but it's exciting for the Sharks, and that's what the new guys want. They want Sharks to be the talk of the nation, the talk of the the entire rugby fraternity. It's an exciting deal just about this one player, Kolisi. And like I said, it's a disclaimer once again. We're not announcing him. It's an open secret.
Yeah.
And that Rachel is Rota is.
It's a link. It's a link. It's what they link to do.
Sort of.
So I agree with you, because like that's I think where like football, rugby, and all the type of sports are going, because like obviously you're getting a lot of like outside representation. True. So like a lot of the big name signings, like so you can see it in football. Like some managers are under pressure to play the big name signing.
Yes.
Like, and that's where it's like, and sometimes that big name signing can like affect the whole sort of
morale
ethos
and everything of the team.
Because they have, like you said, they have a system. They have a lot of good and up and coming players. But so I think that it shouldn't be that how Kolisi performs is like how as you said, Everett is judged. Like, I don't think that is how it should be. It's Kolisi. First of all, he's a rugby player. He's a fantastic leader. He's a fantastic, like mentor for probably these young kids. Yeah. Being a stalwart of the game, 11 years in the game, playing Super Rugby, captaining us to World Cup glory. Yeah. But he has to fit the team. Like, the team, I think, has to come first. So that is an important factor that I think that people shouldn't be like, Kolisi is here, we're going to win now because he won the World Cup. He's a fantastic player, but he is a player in a team sport. Like, takes Kolisi out of the Springboks, probably wouldn't have won. But you see what I mean? But you see, that's where the conversation has to go. It can't be because Kolisi is here, but winning mentality is here. That's what I don't want people to say. I think it's a fantastic signing. I just don't want it to be, now that if we sign Kolisi, all the Sharks' problems are done. Yeah.
You see, the thing is, about that part of the conversation is that Kolisi, when he is expected to bring in a winning mentality, right? We can't expect him to say to win with the Sharks, because he didn't win with the province.
Exactly, and that's
he didn't win with the province. But besides that, he's a World Cup winning player, so he obviously is expected to bring some sort of positive change and an immediate impact when he comes in. Yeah, it's not like he's going, because he's still playing coastal rugby, whether it's the Pacific or the Indian, it's still within.
It's an ocean.
But I know conditions are different. I'm just playing. Yeah. But honestly speaking, like, if you bring in someone of that caliber, you'd want them to hit the foot running or get the ball running from the onset. But if that doesn't happen, also it will be bad business for the Sharks, it will be bad business for the MVM, and it will have a lot of problems, and it will also affect the young players who will be like, okay, I'm playing second fiddle to Kolisi, so I might as well just leave the Sharks. You don't want that to happen.
Yeah, I know. So I think that's the most important thing to discuss, is the impact that it'll have on the Sharks. Yeah. Do you think that he's going to have an immediate impact? Is it going to be a thing over the long? Because you don't want him to be captain. I think a lot of people are like, hey, Kolisi captain.
No, I relax.
He must come. So you're saying he must relax?
No, he must relax.
So in the comments, you must decide. Like, must Kolisi come in and be our captain, South Africa? My hero. You know what I mean? Should he come and lead us to the promised land? So I think that's an important thing that you need to discuss when we're discussing that, is how will Kolisi affect the team? Is it positive? Is it negative? Financially, it seems to be a positive, but also impact on the field. Because for us as fans, we care about, can the Sharks perform on the field? Yeah. So we are both agreeing that he needs to perform on the field and lead us to the promised land.
Amen. Plus, also, like I said, in the Pro 14, going forward, right, it adds a bit of depth in the squad. They have a lot of guns to shoot when they're going overseas. But obviously, that's one part of it, you know, because now if you're talking just that position or the across the 6, 7, and 8, we're just talking about those guys only. What about the other departments? How are the Sharks looking to go about that? Because Kolisi will not affect or will not impact or have as much impact to a Kolisi or to a Yaupenge, you know, as compared to how it would have with a Pendulani Telezi or with a Dylan Richardson, because they're all in the same
loose forward trio.
Exactly. So that's one part of it. What else do you have?
Oh,
I want you to talk about this part.
No, okay.
I want you to open this part.
I want to say this, like, if you want to follow Sbu and I on our Instagram feeds, they should be here. Because we had a poll. We had a poll this week on who's going to win the Six Nations and the game that there was this weekend.
Yes.
It was Tibs, the great man, picking Ireland.
The great man. A hat-trick of buffoonery, by the way.
Sbu picking France, and even, I won't lie, you've turned my fans against me because they picked France.
Look, people go for the truth. Ireland had no business to win against France. Not this France. Okay. Maybe last year, but not this France. Not this France. And especially, look, I mean, when they played in the first, the opening match, which they lost, and I didn't think it was a good time for them to play France until they can get their game all together, holistically intact, for them to play against France. Because France, they delivered a thrashing against Italy in the opening games. And then you expect that the confidence is high. They're a quality team. You know, I'd like to think that France in years to come, they'll be right there. You know, they'll be right there. But the only problem is that they won't be right in the top 2 is because, you know, you have New Zealand, who has like Eddie Jones said, they have the biggest rugby academy in the world. They take from Fiji, Samoa.
South Africa, even.
So they have the biggest academy. So you can't compete with that. You can, to a certain extent, though. But it's a very decent side, and I did not expect France to lose.
So I'm going to say it takes a big man to admit when he is wrong.
Admit that. Don't just say the saying.
That's the saying that I heard.
That's the saying.
Yeah, that's the saying.
It's not saying don't be around the bush and then you go around and telling people stories.
So then let me explain. So basically, I'm not that man. But let me explain to you, for me, what happened with Ireland. For me, the thing with Ireland is, in my defense, statistically, Ireland had it. Because if you watch the game, territorially, possession-based, like set-piece, Ireland scrum was dominating France. They won all their lineouts. Even their try came from a lineout. Like, they had everything. They had territory. They had possession. They had it. They had it in that field. But then, there was, and this is where I will say, cool, France are fire, because they were one-dimensional in the attack. It was raining, it was wet. They could have tried play tactical kicking game. They could have tried to use the wings. They could have, instead of just using their forwards to just win the forward battle, they could have used their forward as a way to attack. They never had it. And that's where I can say was a difference. It was Antoine Dupont, I think his name is, from the scrum half.
Yes.
Yeah, I see my French. We're here again.
It's back.
We're back. We're back with the croissants.
Okay, I see you.
So then, no, because I saw that France had a tactic on how they were going to... France never played a great game, but they had a tactic.
True.
They had a tactic of, cool, Dupont was going to be cool. They're going to get first phase, past the advantage line. From that first phase, second phase, it's pop passing as the defense are scattered, trying to go back. They had a formula. France had a formula. Ireland had everything except the finished product. And I couldn't have explained that. From the statistics point, France shouldn't have been in it, but X-Factor players, for me, destroyed my boys' Ireland. So...
You know what? Unfortunately, if you're going to speak end-game statistics, right? So they obviously, unfortunately, the scoreline has to reflect. Hey. That's the thing. We can talk about how they were kicking, how they were scrumming, how they were racking and everything, but scoreline has to reflect. At the end of the day, you need the points. But the great thing about France is that going to Ireland in 10 years, they haven't won there to Dublin. They haven't won in 10 years. They're going there. They're sort of like the underdogs. And it's great when you have that sort of tag hanging ahead of your head on your... Yeah, hanging on your head.
Hanging on your head, yeah. No.
So it makes everything easier. I was looking at their pop passing from their forwards. But it was fluid.
Were out here like New Zealand, fam, like Sonny Paul Williams out here.
It was fluid.
They were killing it.
Exactly, it was on the money. And you'd see that. I mean, props to Ireland. I know that, in the first half, they were very, they were good. They were in the game. I think they had a disallowed try, which was rightfully so.
Yeah.
Rightfully so, by the way. So, which obviously now that says a lot about the team moving forward.
Yeah.
What do you guys do? Because after that, for me personally, Ireland were not as effective as they were before that disallowed try. They were not effective. And moving on to the rest of the game, you'd expect them to come back and hit hard.
And I'll say they never came back and fought.
That's the thing.
But the thing is, now that I've successfully admitted, because I admitted to all of you how Tibs could have been wrong. He could have been wrong about it.
Could have.
But there is France's biggest competition, because the only other team that's undefeated in the Six Nation, Wales. So there was Wales, there was Scotland. And from my perspective, I'll be honest, Wales, I don't know how they keep doing this, but they keep getting a red card. The opposition keep getting red cards, and then they literally, in the last 10, 15 minutes, I don't know how they do it, they keep doing it. And I'll give props to the manager this time, because the manager, on 46 minutes, they were down over 15 points. He literally made 2 substitutions, took off the half-back pairing, and it's like, bro, we are going for this.
Yes.
And that type of tactical awareness, that type of bravery, that type of, cool, I'm seeing my plans not working.
Yeah.
Let's make a plan in the game.
Here's my thing.
That's where I felt like the game switched,
So my thing is, who are they playing?
Scotland.
So, if out of the 6 teams, rank them from strongest to weakest.
Well, I'm going to start off with Ireland. So that's...
Yes. So where would you put Scotland?
I would put Scotland probably 4th or 5th.
Exactly. So Wales, yes, they played. They had they made a plan for them to win at the end, because the game was close. They're playing Scotland, right? Scotland, for me, I think they're 5th in the 6th. In the Six Nations. And I feel like Wales struggled to beat Scotland, and that shouldn't be a great thing for Wales. It shouldn't be a great thing. It should be a worrying factor for them moving forward as to, okay, if you're going to struggle against Scotland and win by what, a point difference, and then, okay, guaranteed Italy, you're going to win. What are we going to do with the other teams?
I guess we're going to have to see.
That's the problem.
No. I just want to give a special shout out to Scotland. Stuart Hogg, absolute
props.
He was MVP in their victory again at Twickenham.
Yeah.
He was MVP. He had 2 tries. He never deserved to be on a losing team. But what I will say is Wales are now France's, because I'm anti-France, just because Sbu's supporting France. So anybody except France has to win this thing.
But you kill off the whole thing. Think about it.
Yeah.
Remember, yes, we can't just scratch off England.
Oh, yes,
because they had a very bad opening. They came back, they're playing Italy. They had to.
I think.
But it's going to be interesting. I think they're playing Wales next. That's going to be a nice test.
I haven't seen enough from England to like, not even points-wise, just in both games-wise. I haven't seen enough for me. I can be in the comments below, but for me, I haven't seen enough tactical. I don't think he knows his best 15. Yes, he has a few injuries, but I just haven't, for me, seen enough from England to think that, A, they could even beat a struggling Wales. They couldn't beat a resilient Scotland.
Can they handle Ireland?
Can they handle Ireland? Please, Ireland, help me. Help me.
Exactly. So let's continue this conversation on
the comments.
Exactly, on the comments below. Tell us, what do you think about England? Do they still have a chance to retain their trophy? Are France the surprise package of the season? Can Ireland surprise us? Or do you think perhaps, maybe, I don't know, out of which mind are you thinking of, Italy? Can they finish above 6th?
Doubt it, but saying you're speaking in England, let's cross football. Let's cross the football, rugby, football, England.
Are we talking Liverpool?
I won't lie. Woo. Let us start with the calamity of Liverpool, the fall from grace. It's a mighty fall. People are forgetting Liverpool are defending champions. But
no, we never forget that. That's why it's so sweet.
It's great. It's fantastic. So for you, where was the game lost? I want to know.
Look, I know last week I said, no, I feel the pain.
Yeah, because you were there.
I was there. I was so sentimental. Like, I feel the pain of Jurgen Klopp, man. Hey, yeah, no, it's bad because it gets very, emotional. He doesn't know how to speak to the journals lately. But look, Liverpool, you see, I think I also said this, like, I think it's obviously now it's a bit too early to obviously say what's going on, because at first it was centre-back.
Yeah.
Now, yes, okay, they have a few, but they're not obviously gelling as yet. Now, what do you do when you move, like when you get the ball forward? You have your Salah, you have your Firmino, hey, doing tricks, they heel passing, their confidence is so not so high. So what do you do there? So now the thing is, Liverpool's problems are no longer just defenders right now. And it's no longer just not taking the chances or anything, or VAR, or that's not a penalty, or whatever the case is. Now it's goalkeeping now, eh? Now it's goalkeeping, Chief.
Alisson, for those at home, Alisson, if you can do anything, go watch Liverpool versus Leicester and watch Alisson decide to take out his own player. Like, not even the ball. like he never even got the ball. He never even got the ball. Like, he literally... But for me, because you were saying where Liverpool's issues lie. Because I will tell you, for 75 minutes, they never played badly. That's my thing. So then that's an issue for me. Because now, yes, Leicester is a very dominant... They've been a really strong team. They've been in the top 4 all season. But it's not like Liverpool are now playing badly and then now all of a sudden, shame, but it's just we need centre backs. And like, it's becoming an issue where everyone else, because this is what I don't like about winning teams. When teams win, people think, everything's perfect. Yeah. I think these problems have been at Liverpool the entire time.
They just weren't exposed enough.
They just weren't exposed because they were winning. Like, you saw last season, everyone's like, Van Dijk, my savior, Alisson's the best keeper in the world. Man City still conceded less goals than Liverpool last season with Fernandinho, as a defender.
Yes.
So then now that Van Dijk's gone, I think it's exposing, actually, Trent's never defended, because if you think about it, one game...
I told you.
What game has Trent ever been like, I'm a defender? No, everyone's like, his free kicks.
He's flying
his crosses. Everyone's talking, but then now I'm like, cool, he's crossing, but also don't have confidence.
Exactly.
Now they don't have so now he's doing 11 crosses that no one's getting, so he's like...
Like how Ashley Young back then for United, when Rooney would and ended up like, dude, what are you doing? Where are you crossing to?
Where? But when you're winning, you don't care. Like that's the thing. Alisson has been making mistakes. He's made the most mistakes since he's come to the Premier League as a goalkeeper. Yeah, 7. Ooh. But no one was speaking about that, because if Salah's scoring 4 goals, Trent's scoring your free kick kicks, out of nowhere,
beating Chelsea and being happy.
Exactly. Like, nobody cares anymore. So I think that Jurgen Klopp now needs to have a plan B now, because now his plan A of how he was playing with is gone. I think he's trying to bring in the new players. They're not good as the old players, which is fine. But he needs to break up with his strategy A and be like a new girl. Like, when a girl's having a breakup, you see a girl, she comes with her hair, she comes with beautiful, serene pose.
The resurgence,
she's coming there, she's coming with fire. She's like, bruh, no man is going to mess with me again. He needs to come with that type of makeover. Because he has players. Thiago can't play the pressing game. You know what I'm saying? Like, Shaqiri, yeah.
Thiago is terrible, bro.
No, that's what I said.
Thiago is terrible.
But he's what he has.
You know what? The thing is, you know what I'm putting emphasis on this is because when he made his debut, I think he played against Chelsea, everyone was praising Thiago, but all the passes he made, even if it's a back pass, like, ooh, Thiago. Like, ooh, Thiago, Alcantara. They change how we say this word, they're saying his name. But we're talking about Liverpool so much, and we're not realizing how much of a beast this Leicester side is.
Yes. No, I'll agree with you there.
You know what? Like, and besides, let's not even talk about Leicester. Let's talk about Jamie Vardy, bro.
Jamie Vardy.
You know, I never normally agree with all these pundits on TV. The Jamie Carragher
and Gary Neville.
Liverpool this season. But you know, he said something. about Jamie Vardy. I think between him and Gary Neville, he said something about Jamie Vardy being the best signing across all tiers of English football.
Yeah, in terms of because he was like 750,000 pounds. He wasn't even a million.
Nah,
nothing. But
and right now, unfortunately, not because of his age. I'm thinking because of his age now, he would not go for anything beyond 20. 20. But because he's such a quality player, a team could you know what? Let's take a chance, bring in a 32-year-old or whatever age he is, and then take a chance on him and then see what he can do because that boy is brilliant.
He is fantastic. For me, I'll be honest with you, because Harry Kane has had his injuries in the past 2 seasons.
Yeah.
For me, in terms of English strikers, like for me, when England had their, it's coming home, England World Cup, for me, Jamie Vardy should have been a bigger factor in that team. I cannot name in the past 5 seasons or 4 seasons a more consistent English striker.
Yeah.
Yes, Kane has been great, but
actually,
he
said that himself. Kane said that himself. He said he's been consistent.
And for me, that's what he's brought to Leicester. Like for me, Leicester never played well, but for 9 minutes, when they could smell blood, they absolutely, Jamie Vardy said, I'm taking no L's.
Yeah.
He was the leader. And I think that's what Liverpool are lacking. A lot of talented players.
True.
But who is the leader when stuff goes down? Salah can do that amazing flick that you've never seen. Mane will work hard. Firmino, as you said, he'll play tiki-taka by himself. Thiago will back pass for everybody.
And then they cheer.
And then Liverpool fans will go crazy. But who are the leaders? Because the thing is, James Maddison, Tielemans, they were doing the same thing the whole game. They were kicking over. Jamie Vardy for 90 minutes said, bro, I'm going to chase. Someone going to make a mistake. Somebody. And it's that resilience, that play that I think Leicester, for me, are to stay in the top 4.
For the longest time.
I think they're for me.
And kudos to, obviously, Brendan Rodgers. You know, I know, what's this guy's name? Ranieri, when he took over. And, you know, he led them to glory. And, you know, it's been quite tricky to get them back where they were. And then, I mean, look, I think they also had a manager before.
Claude Puel.
They had Puel, and now, you know, it didn't really go as planned or so well. And then now they brought in Brendan Rodgers, who is showing that it wasn't a fluke what he did to Liverpool.
Yeah, Liverpool
really
won. Gerrard slip of death. Gerrard slip of death.
Don't even mention.
But he did. Brendan Rodgers brought Sterling through. Like Sterling was an unknown English commodity. Yeah. He brought through Sterling.
It was and
then Sturridge, like Daniel Sturridge was a player. He used to be a player under Brendan Rodgers.
Yeah.
So Brendan, obviously Suarez has been great, even at Atletico.
No question.
And that's why I said good managing is what makes a good team. And I think that's why Leicester are here to stay. But I'm speaking about good managing. Everybody's favorite manager. He's my personal favorite manager.
Definitely.
Just for his comments, Jose Mourinho.
Yeah.
Spurs.
Respect.
Lost.
Respect.
3-0 to Man City.
Yeah. Ne?
Is the shine off of Jose? Is he not the special one? Like, do you feel Jose is past his expiry date in terms of a manager?
Jose Mourinho is going through what he went through before he took that 2-year break and became a pundit, and he claimed to be studying the game from the outside, the modern football, and he's just going back to that. Once things start going well for Jose Mourinho, you know, he thinks like, no, we're back, you know, we're winning, put in Enrique, put in Reguilon, put in anyone you want, we're winning. But now the problem is, does he have a plan B?
Nope.
Now we question, has he ever had a plan B?
Nope. And because
except for Chelsea, because I mean we were good. It was good with us.
Because I'm a Man United supporter, so I know this. Like for me, thing is, I can't say it was a tough experience because he won us trophies. He won us the Europa League. He won us the Carling Cup. Yeah.
Carling Cup. How is he counting a Carling Cup? But anyway.
You know what I mean. But for me, I knew how United were going to play.
Yeah.
It was going to be very simple. We're going to play, defend. Everyone's going to defend. And 65 minutes, whether we win, losing, drawing, he's going to bring on Fellaini. He's either going to defend or he's going to be up top, pick a struggle. Jose Mourinho is what you'd like to call. He's
not a one-trick pony.
He's not a one-trick pony.
Doesn't even a trick.
Because
he doesn't even have a trick.
But his goal is I'm going to nullify the opposition. That's his thing. It's I'm going to nullify the opposition.
Which ends up nullifying him.
Exactly.
It's crazy.
And the thing that messes that up is teams are now being proactive.
Yeah.
Teams are now, cool, Leicester City, we are a counter-attacking team, but they have players that can play that football. Like Tielemans, Maddison, Harvey Barnes, they're gonna do the long ball, they're gonna kick, everything's gonna be great. It's gonna be...
DD. What?
Tottenham have Harry and Son. Like I said, remember the Netflix Harry and Son, that's it. It's like, because then even in that game, I never saw, it's how when Gareth Bale came on and did like a trick or two and shot, I never saw what Tottenham could have done. And the thing is, I can't even say they played badly because that's how Mourinho set up and they accomplished it. But City found a plan.
Yeah.
City found a plan. And
no, City always have a plan, eh?
And that's where I said, Mourinho doesn't have a plan. So I think, for me, I think he's toast, eh? Grateful comments, but toast.
Yeah, true. Great for us taking the content from the outside and using it. But I think also now moving forward for Jose Mourinho, he has to make sure that he at least gets into the top 6. He has to reset his mind. Or because he's been working with this Faria guy, Rui Faria, for years now, maybe fire him because it doesn't seem like it's working for him. Get a young, fresh mind. You know, blimey, bro, get up. I don't know. Who's this guy that's a pundit right now? He used to coach Spurs.
Tim Sherwood.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe he was terrible, but you know he seems to speak a lot and know a lot on TV. Let him see. Bring him and see what he can do. You know, I think he needs ideas.
Yeah. Oh yes.
He needs ideas because now he's a fantastic manager. I think he can deal with any sort of player, whether it's an A-class player or B7, whatever. It doesn't matter. He can deal with players, and if he thinks that you're rubbish, he will tell you you're rubbish and you're not playing in his team, and you'll be sold. You know, and even if you have a bit of talent and he's not sure what's going on with you, he will sell you. Ask me, I'm a Chelsea fan. He has sold a lot of players. But he needs to reset his mind. He needs to have fresh new people around him. And he really also, because that Tottenham squad it's not bad. The Tottenham squad on paper or on PlayStation, according to PlayStation and FIFA over ratings, those guys should be winning the league. You know, should be right there in the top 2, top 3, fighting with the Cities and fighting with the, not Liverpool, fighting with the Leicesters. You know, you can't fight Liverpool. I mean,
Liverpool is not even in the top 4 anymore.
They are on 6s and 7s.
Yeah.
Pun intended, they're number 6. But that's the thing though, you know? And it's crazy. It's crazy. He literally needs to, you know, reset everything, man, and start afresh and maybe take another break or retire, bro.
So then, in the comments below, decide do Klopp and Mourinho need a plan B? Like, what are your solutions?
They do.
No,
but where to from here?
Oh, where to from there?
Yeah.
I have an opinion. We can talk about it in the comments below.
Exactly. Let's talk some fighting now.
Obviously, everybody knows, you know.
Let's talk some fighting.
Let's talk some ultimate food consumption.
Yes. Usman and Gilbert, welterweight champions, eh?
Welterweight, no.
Championship.
Yeah, no, it was. No.
Look, here's the thing about that fight.
Yeah.
I was angry at first. Well, I still am because I don't like people who don't practice sportsmanship. So at first, I was like, because I was tipping Usman, like, okay, he's gonna win. But after they're not touching the gloves, because that's a handshake. That's what you should do. It's a respect, you know. After you beat up your opponent, after the fight, you go and hug each other. Like, hey, bro, no, you punched me, eh?
Hey, you took me out.
Take me to my corner. Take me to my corner, bro. No, you punched me. But no, if you don't do those little, you know, traditions or customs, that I'm not your fan. And the first round. Right? The first round, at some point, Gilbert is facing up and Usman is kicking this guy and he can't seem to get hold of him. I was mad. I'm like, dude, how are you not beating this guy? He's on the ground. I know Gilbert, he can have, you know, he's very dangerous also in his backup. And, down rather. But, you know, you could have just grabbed that leg. Bamba lamtu bra, mkhabe apa bro.
Hold him, man.
Mkhabe apa bro, keep by all steroids. Pume zonke bra. Dude, like, I was very shocked and I was very shocked at the end that he won. Well, I saw how he won. I was shocked that he got to that point.
Yeah, I know.
Because I thought, you know what, Gilbert
will come back.
When he comes back up, you know, it's toast.
Now, for me, like, I think cool. I think he was just, because, like, they're friends, they were training partners when they were younger. Like, no, they were training partners when they were younger. Then, like, for him, I think it was also his streak. Like, for him, if he won this game, he would have been the longest undefeated streak in the welterweight division.
Yeah.
So, for me, that's where I feel like he came in knowing, cool, I can outlast this man in 3 rounds. I feel like it was that type of thing. Because they felt like if he took the fight to him, I don't think he would have thought he could have survived, but he knows that he had the endurance.
That's a good point.
And that's just me. That's just me and my ultimate food consumption knowledge. Like, that's how I go. So for me, I think that's how tactically he was doing it, and I think it is more of a tactical fight for him. He knows over 3 rounds he has more strength and endurance to beat him. Yeah. He thought if he brought the game to him, he knows he's a grappler. He knows, hey, Hade fam, I could take an L here. So that's how I feel like the fight was viewed. For me, I saw like it was super touching at the end. They were all hugging and like it was great. It was cute.
Later.
You know, and so that's how I view it went. For me, I want to see how long he can keep this undefeated streak going. Yeah. Like, I think I want for a more exciting fight. Like, it's 4:30. Like, it's early in the morning, these fights, bro. Like, like this, like it's America, South Africa. It's early for us.
It's too early, bro.
Like we need want a one-hit wonder. You know, just that cuckoo, papa.
Get out.
You know, one punch man. If you want to use anime knowledge, one punch man. Done. Flower gone.
But you know, you make a very solid point about endurance and how he knows his opponent and everything. But now it goes back to the point that he could have finished the match early, or the fight early. He could have. You know, we could have, because if you're getting in there, you have to take certain risks. Yeah. And you know what? Okay, look, I know this guy, but let me try other things. What if he knows? What if I don't win this round? Yeah. Or I don't win here? Yeah. I might not come back. I might not have another opportunity like this. Because now, once submission, can flip and kill you. You know, so. Once I finish him, he's on the ground. I have all the. I mean, I'm telling you right now. You had Namakomodev, if he had one of his opponents on their backs down, chief, it's curtains. It's curtains. And you'd expect it, right? Because maybe I was angry because I woke up so early to watch that and he doesn't want to finish the match so fast. But, you know, it was a great fight, as short as it was. But also at the end, I felt like Usman could have just finished the whole thing very early and just closed it and called it curtains. But then, it's props to him because he went on to win.
Yeah, and I think it's the same thing. We like we were saying before about the Liverpool, how there were gaps in their game before, but because they were, no one cared. Yeah. I think it's the same thing. There were gaps in his strategy and his plan, but in the end he won, and he's still past 13 game streak unbeaten. 13 games, he's 16-1 overall. So at the end, he seems to know what he's doing. So we gotta trust him, but when he does lose, we have shown some holes in his game.
Yes, and we will be there to talk about it.
And we'll be more holes in other different games. But we can discuss how the Proteas again.
That's a hole. That's a big hole.
That's a huge hole.
That is a big hole.
Like the size of Kimberley hole. Like that's his big.
This is South African sports. Right? We're not talking about final. This is South African sports. And all the teams that have all the potential to be great, athletes and teams, then there's a hole. Like a Venn diagram. If you know a Venn diagram in maths, you know, like there's like those holes. It's all Proteas, chief. Those guys.
But I'm going to be slightly not optimistic, but I'm going to try to give a positive spin on, you know what? Okay. Because of, you know, the failed Australian test match here. Yeah. In that T20, we gave a lot of new players experience. Yeah. That's what I will say. That's the only
positive you have.
That's the only point. What? It's like you giving new opportunity. We say because we'll start because there were 3 T20s. There were 3 T20s. So I'm gonna explain first T20. I don't understand the team. They come with 5 batsmen.
Why don't you understand? Why didn't you understand the team?
I never understood, because for me, I never understood again what I've always said, which is my problem with the Proteas, which is players don't have defined roles. There were 5 batsmen, 3 all-rounders, 3 bowlers.
So you literally have a balance though.
Where's the bat? Because in the first test we lost because our batsmen never batted.
Wait. Don't put the two together because the squads have when they announced the squads for the Pakistani tour.
Yes.
There was a test squad.
Yeah.
And there was a T20 squad.
Yeah.
And Mark Boucher said clearly and said whoever's involved in the test would not be part of the T20. It's great. I think the balance in theory and on paper, and you're like look at the balance. I'm like okay. No, it's good. You can get a couple of runs from these three all-rounders plus the natural batsmen we have, and you can get a wicket from these three all-rounders we have plus the wicket plus the thingy, the bowlers we have. I think it's a great balance. It was great in their mind until it was time for execution.
Yeah.
And then execution was something else.
Yeah.
And we can look the first one. I can't really bash them too much. Because I think
bash their fielding.
We can bash, fielding is, there are certain areas. So I choose to holistically not to bash.
Okay.
Because I'm holistically talking about the whole thing. But if we were to break it down, then we can go fielding, there was bowling, then there was batting, then we can talk about further down and say, this guy, you didn't do well. But now the thing is, Rizwan was good. Rizwan comes from a test series that he was fantastic in, and he comes in, he's leading his side with bat in hand, and he went on to undefeated over 100 runs and whatever. Yeah. He could handle anything. 140 clicks, 90 kilometers. Whatever, he was on the money all the time. And it's like you knew when the ball was coming, it's like you could tell that this guy's going to hit it. He's going to hit it. And then the fielding was terrible, of course. I mean, we can go to that extent. But I feel like the first one, I can forgive them. Because, so I forgave them. I was mad, but I forgave them because in the second one, they won.
And they won because, for me, I saw they added Piet van
Biljon.
Yeah, see again, Afrikaans.
Yeah, Piet van Biljon, yes.
Ik weet the knees. Ik weet the knees.
Who is this
but yeah, so then they added, that's my thing. They added a batsman who batted.
Different captain?
Wasn't it Klaassen? Yeah, Klaassen.
Yeah.
See, so then I'm like, cool, now we've added somebody, he came in, they performed. I feel like everybody did their thing. Cool, Dwayne the Proteas, bowling, all-rounder.
Took a 5 for, right?
Yeah, 5 for something. 5 for something.
15.
I think. It is very short, but it's the best T20 bowling figures. Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah, so then for me, I think then I was more happy with the balance of the team, and I felt like all the batsmen contributed, from Risa Hendricks to Milan up top. Yeah. Miller came in, did a little thing. Like, everybody did their job, which is why yes, it's a holistic, simple approach.
Yes.
But I was happy to see, because like Piet van Biljon, like for me, like maybe he could like be an up-and-coming batsman.
He's a
that
proper
we need.
batsman, boy.
Because I know he's captain of the VIP Knights.
VKB.
So VIP, bro.
He's a proper batsman. Proper.
So my thing is, I need to see more of these players being given opportunities, I feel, because like he performed, yes, in one game, but for me, I'm at least now excited. Yeah. Because Risa Hendricks has been very good for a long time, but why am I not seeing him progress to playing regularly for when the Proteas are playing? Why am I still seeing players there that haven't been there for and I haven't been performing for a few years?
Yeah.
That's where I can be slightly optimistic of. I'm like, cool, I see these players, they're performing on the international stage. Why don't we give them more of an opportunity? Because that was, I think, the 3rd or 4th time I've seen him ever. Like in the Proteas setup.
It's been there. But the thing is now also, we just, we obviously cannot really consume much from that win because it was the first time we're winning there. I mean, like obviously from the test to now, and it was great. We couldn't really celebrate long because the following day.
And just one day, one day. In 24 hours.
The contrast.
Like you went to sleep a hero, you wake up the villain. Like it was the Batman story to a T. Bro, because I'm honest to, like I was just talking about this, and I'll have to now give props because David Miller gave us a chance to win a game we shouldn't have had. It was Miller time.
Lifeline.
It was back to when we were there with the pink T20s.
Pink ODIs, yes.
I was there.
Miller time.
I was there. Everyone is like, it's Miller time. Yeah.
No, that was good.
Because he was our MVP. And I think it comes back to like how you said, how in the first one, how Rishan like completely like kept the team together.
Yeah.
He kept us together, and I'm so glad he did that, because people have always said he's a one-trick pony. He can only come and slog for 10 overs at the end of the game. But even though it's a T20, he carried the team.
Yeah.
He never panicked. He played conservatively in the beginning. He batted with our all-rounders. Then in the last 3 overs, he decided, no, guys,
I'm hitting this thing.
we can win this with me.
Yeah.
We can win
Let's
this
do
with
this.
me. And then he took the game by the horns and gave us an absolute opportunity to win.
Yeah, it was a huge lifeline. Unfortunately, it wasn't to be. But look, you know what this has done for Miller now? Miller, he might go back and get his 6s and 7s once again.
Yeah.
You know, it might, but it has also just given us a bit of highlights of, you know, for people who maybe started following cricket a bit like, or Proteas lately, like, okay, this guy, I'm looking at his average, I'm looking at when he was, the last time he scored a 50 or whatever, and like, okay, so he's good.
Yeah.
So he can do something for us.
Yeah.
So it gives a bit of hope.
Yeah.
And now that we're obviously moving forward, I think Pakistan are coming back in April.
We're going to Ireland.
We're going to Ireland in July, which is going to be exciting also. They have one of my very favorite young player who used to play for the Proteas. I just forgot his name though. Yeah, but he's there, and it's going to be an exciting one to see what they do. I think they're playing 3 T20s and 3 ODIs.
Yeah.
And they're playing, and then they're playing Pakistan before that in April.
Yes.
Which is also another display. I mean, we cannot.
Yeah.
Really, we cannot allow this to happen again.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say, please, like help us be nice to you, because because all we want is a good Proteas team. So if you guys can tell us where the Proteas are going wrong, because we are out of it. Like we've tried to defend us. We've given plaudits. He's loved Markram. I'm loving Miller. We give us.
I love Miller also. I mean, why are you saying like I don't love him? Why? Not boy.
Miller time. I'm here for Miller time.
Yeah. And here's the thing though. I'm just on the side of, obviously, speaking of Proteas and everything, and just seeing, I'm not sure if you've been following the news, the CSA story, how now the relationship between Australia is, strained
now,
with the CSA because of the whole thing. And now it has highlighted how the ICC is not really looking out for sort of like, because we're now a small country now, because we're not winning anything. Now we're the small countries, or countries besides Australia, England, and India. So these other countries now, they struggle to play. They're cancelling tours. And a few weeks ago, I read an article that said that the CSA has proposed. It's not like they're going to appear in front of a DC and say, hey, this is what we want. But they just say, look, if a nation cancels a tour, they should pay. Yeah. Because now it's much more expensive to organize a tournament or a tour for someone, and they don't come. And then now they have to pay something. And it will be a great thing. And I'm just hoping, I'm saying this because I'm hoping going to Ireland, it won't be the same thing again. Obviously, we know that the coronavirus it looks like it's here to stay for a while. So I'm just hoping that that tour would never be cancelled in any sort of way.
No, because not just only in cricket, but even because the France rugby team, they had 2 contracted COVID cases within the staff, not amongst the players.
Yeah.
But that's where I'm like, it's becoming a lot. I think it's becoming like you said, it's
a bit strenuous.
It's a bit strenuous between teams, because now people are starting to think is the welfare of the players
is it really that?
But is it that's what we're saying?
Or is it respect?
Is it that's where we're getting to?
Australia did not respect us.
And that's where we need to get to the thing of.
England also, they left. They were here, then they had a staff member in the hotel, they had 3. And then they're playing India right now.
Exactly, and that's where we need to get to. And they did lose. And I think that's where it's getting to is COVID's giving people a chance to back out of things that they're not liking. And I think that's something, like you said, there does need to be a fine. If you've agreed to a tour, there are certain protocols as the country, COVID protocols that you're going to follow. Those are things you in this bubble, you're only allowed to go here, here, and here. If we bring that to you as the host nation, as the host, then if you follow those things, then you can't pull out. If it happens, it happens.
It's becoming a norm anyway.
So I think that is a major thing. But we still have to say MVP because David Miller, because that is what we need to do. Our most valuable player of the week, my personal one, has to be David Miller for giving the Proteas hope.
Yeah.
Giving me hope.
Yeah.
I was sitting there when we were like 30 for 5. I'm like, hey, you know what? We tried, eh? We tried, but then David Miller gave me hope, which is what the most valuable player is.
Exactly.
Who is your most valuable player?
So before I tell you mine, just to explain, like we do in every video, most valuable player, who's been your top player for the week, pick one, let us know about him or her in the comment section below. My one.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a bit of an unpopular opinion.
Yeah,
Is that how people say it? But I think Mohamed Rizwan deserves for the way he handled his team. I mean, for the way he led his Pakistan side and was just knocking things out the park. We couldn't deal with him.
No.
We couldn't. Whether it's a ball swinging from the inside or from the outside, whether it's a yoga, whether it's a... no, they didn't do a full toss, I'm hoping. I don't remember. Yeah. But he was able to deal with everything. And, that's like a proper batsman anyway.
Yeah.
And just a quick shout-out.
Quick shout-out. Tell us the shout-out.
Ravi Chandran. Ravi Chandran. What you did against England, my brother. I'm for India and going to the ICC World Test Finals. I'm hoping India, obviously, I think they'll be there. I'm not sure.
Yeah, they have to beat. They have to beat England.
So England have to lose twice.
Yeah.
They have to win twice for them to be in. But if they win, they're going straight into the. I'm with them. I'm with them all the way. Alada, India. Alada.
So then, team of the week. Team of the week. Who the team that you feel like is the team that absolutely dominated? For me, I hated to say it, but Man City, greatness, blah, blah, blah.
Man City, say it out loud. So that the Man City fans, the two of you guys
Man City fans, blah, 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 blah. Like all two of them. Ikai Gundogan. Oh my God, you're so great. I'm so happy for you.
Give credit. Man City are good. Man City are good, bro. They have like a huge lead at the top. They're good.
No, they're good. I'm just mad. I'm a Man United supporter. I'm not meant to like Man City. So greatness, Man City.
Wow.
Who is your team of the...
But my team of the week definitely has to go to India. I think that you don't win for like what 200-300 runs plus.
And that comeback.
That's a massive comeback.
And the comeback. But test one by England were out there. Ooh, yeah, let's have some tea and scones and killing it. Then India like, bruh, I'll show you some curry.
Exactly. I'm rooting for India, man. I'm rooting for India. That is my team of the week. Who is what is your team of the week?
Team of the week. Match of the week. Do you have a match of the week?
Do I have a match of the week? I do.
Yeah.
France. France and Ireland. Just because I predicted it. Just because I called it.
You know what?
Don't even say anything.
I refuse to say anything. So now it's time for our predictions.
Yes.
So then,
we're gonna highlight some of the matches that I think
are important.
The top matches. Because there's a lot of sports happening.
Oh, they definitely.
And also just to some of the things you can look forward to. The CSA T20 Challenge is starting this Friday. So our domestic cricket is back, and we're all excited to see most of the players. I'm obviously with the Dolphins, but I'm very wary of this Lions side. That they have very, very very exciting players. The Rickletons are there, and they're very exciting players. But we're gonna talk about it when obviously it starts. It starts this Friday. You can catch it on TV, and we bring you all the analysis. But let's come back to the predictions. So I've highlighted a few matches here in football. So tonight the Champions League kicks off. Yes, the 16th of February tonight. Barcelona taking on Paris Saint-Germain.
Paris Saint-Germain. Oh yeah.
Great one. It's a great one. I think Neymar will not be available for this one.
No.
He won't be available for this one.
It's his sister's birthday, so he always gets an injury.
Because, yes, always, apparently.
3 years in a row. Like, 3 years. Because think about it, when Man United won, he was injured. Exactly. Like, it happens every year. His sister's birthday, month before he gets injured.
This guy.
He's turning up.
Right.
But yes,
so, that match, there's that one, and then there's Leipzig and Liverpool. I'm already tipping Leipzig in this one. Leipzig.
I'm here.
Who are you going with, by the way?
Oh, no, for me, it works with my narrative. It works my narrative, RSP Leipzig to destroy Liverpool.
Then the Barcelona and PSG match.
Barcelona, PSG, I have to. Ronald Koeman is looking tired. He's looking tired. It's not going to be Barcelona. It's either going to be a Messi conundrum or it's PSG. I'm going for PSG because Messi can't perform twice in 2 weeks. I don't know.
I totally agree with you. PSG in this one will take it, and I'm strongly sticking to Leipzig on this one. And then in the Premier League, selected fixtures. I think we'll look into the Merseyside derby, Liverpool and Everton. That's the big one.
That's
another
the big one?
exciting
Liverpool?
It's on Saturday. And I'm literally, I'm going to say this. I'm putting my head on the chopping block here, but I think Liverpool will win this one.
I am going to say Calvert-Lewin to draw it for Everton.
Right. Please make notes.
Make notes. Calvert-Lewin on the goal sheet.
This will be a sweet show next week.
It's going to be a
Then
great
on Sunday, Super Sunday, Arsenal take on Man City.
Yes.
I think we can all agree here.
We can all agree.
Arsenal.
Aubameyang. What? wait, what? Hold the phone. What?
Joking.
I was going to say Aubameyang got one lucky hat trick and that was it.
Was it his first in the Premier League?
Yes, it actually was. And I'm like, greatest striker in the world. So I think we're going to go
Man City.
Man City.
Time wasting, not a chance.
Not a chance.
Then, London Derby, West Ham, and Tottenham.
I'm going West Ham. West Ham are fire this season.
I know.
Jose Mourinho is outdated. Jesse, my boy Lingard, going to come through for the steal.
Only because they do this. Only because they do. They're the Hammers. That's what it is. That's what it is. We'll come back next week and we'll talk about all the action happening, CSA. And by the way, before we go, just a quick one. Hey, son, you know what? I'm doing something wrong here. Director said, don't put your hands here, but I've been doing it the whole time. I'm sorry. But on Thursday, it's a big one for you tennis fans. It's an Australian Open semi-final. Serena Williams takes on Naomi Osaka. That's going to be a huge one. It's going to be a huge one. So you can look forward to that. That's on the 18th.
I'm on Team Osaka, just saying.
There's no way Serena Williams is losing to Naomi Osaka. Not because she's not good, but because we definitely need that 24th Grand Slam title. So that's what it is.
Yeah.
Tibs, anything?
Yep. I want to say that we are on all streaming platforms. Yep. So that is Spotify.
Yeah.
I think.
Google Play, I think.
Google Play. Yeah, this is still not our thing.
Yeah.
We're still
Spotify, Google Play.
We you can follow us on Instagram, Facebook. Yep. We are the Changeroom. I think.
At the Changeroom ZA.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't be wrong in everything.
Hey,
you can't get predictions wrong. You're getting everything wrong. No, Chief. At the Changeroom ZA on Instagram and also on Facebook. Then you'll find us there and everything there. And also on YouTube, check out some of our other shots, some more content we posted there. It's going to be exciting. Thank you so much for joining us. Until next week.
Yeah.
It's been the Change.